Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the D&N Show episode, God knows whatever it is now.
5, baby. 5.
I am your co-host, one half of the undisputed tag team champions of the internet, D-Nag, and below me now is the other half, sir.
Mr. Natsu.
Today we have many topics to talk about, some lovely topics, if you will.
Boy.
First one we are talking about is Bayley versus Io Sky for
Yes, sir.
is it the Raw Women's Championship or is it SmackDown Women's Championship? I think so. No, it's the WWE Women's Championship now. Because the other one's the World Heavyweight.
Unified it. Yep.
Yeah.
I have my timer
set. we called it. I think we were talking about this right as soon as Bayley won the Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble, which stole that show, I think. We both said that she was definitely going after Io Sky, and there was no way that she was going to go after Rhea Ripley. So, and on Friday Night SmackDown, lo and behold, it happened.
Woohoo! She was ready for that attack too.
Yeah,
that pipe. My elbow just popped.
Bayley pulled out the "caught your ass in 4K" moment and started talking Japanese right to them, and they were like, "Oh. No!" That was crazy. I saw that, and as soon as she said that, I don't know what she said, but she was like, I was like, oh my God.
It's all over now.
And especially that one backroom segment when they said Bayley's done tonight, and she was standing behind there in the bathroom or the back room or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then she said at the end, make it official, after she almost beat up Io Sky but decided not to, she was like, Io, I'll see you at WrestleMania. Bam.
Just like, yeah.
Ooh, this babyface run is
the hugger
crazy.
Is back.
Could you imagine if she comes out to WrestleMania with the hugger theme song?
Honestly, the nostalgia would hit.
And what were her those blow up guys?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that happy fun time huggers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do without the ponytail though. Leave that one.
Like I said, let it run at WrestleMania. Just the one time. And then she can go back to her newer persona, but as a babyface.
Yeah. I feel like it'd just be funny, something like Seth Rollins did, and he was came out to the Shield theme song, which he's actually he's still the only person he hasn't pinned yet. I'm just saying.
Yup.
Yeah. So that was good, and I think, like we were talking about, I think honestly at this point the women's division is more overpowered than the
men's division currently, because like I was saying, the what I call it, the women's division takeover 2.0. Because right now all I can say is for the men's division, there's only key aspects to it that's keeping it alive, such as both main titles. But I have to give it to the women's division this time around because they're packing some heat.
Sorry, you can't see me very well. Anyway,
your floating head.
Anyway, it seems like, especially the add-on, the addition of Naomi back on SmackDown and Tiffany Stratton to SmackDown, and the women's division is popping off, and we usually used to never say that. We used to be the women's division's kind of lax compared to the men's division, but honestly at this point, the women's division's got it.
Yeah.
And especially, and obviously, Rhea Ripley's run has been pretty okay. Hasn't been the greatest championship run, but It's a lot better than we could say about Liv Morgan, unfortunately, but...
Right.
And it does seem like that. Like, it's a lot's changed, and especially now that the Triple H has taken creative and doing the longer storylines, the better storylines, the more thought out storylines. It's like we're getting a lot better content, which is definitely fine by me.
Well,
yes, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Unless there's nothing else we can talk about Bayley versus Io Sky. Who do you think's going to win that match at WrestleMania?
Bayley.
I agree.
My money's on Bayley.
Not actual money, but my proverbial money's on Bayley.
Hypothetical money. Imagination money. Something like.
Yeah.
But other than Bayley and Io, I gotta give it to. I know I mentioned it probably in episode 4 last week, but still, that Jade Cargill performance at the Rumble was just insane.
Yeah. Especially, I don't think that she's coming to Raw or SmackDown. I think wasn't it, or did she?
I'm not sure. I haven't really seen anything as to where she's gonna land, whether it be Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. I just remembered, I am going to be watching NXT Vengeance Day tonight.
Oh, yeah?
So, I might have some topics on that for next week. That is still to be determined. And when it comes to Elimination Chamber, that might be an iffy one, because that's going to be at like 3:30 a.m. our time.
I'm getting up to watch it.
So...
You know we're getting up to watch it. We have
to. I know.
Sipping our coffee at 5 a.m. if Roman's on the card, just... That's going to be both of us, too. Like, we're going to be like, yeah. What?
Yep. Just as soon as we hear, crowd is here, we're going to be like...
Instant reaction, we're going to be like... Here,
I'm awake.
And hear Roman's theme song, just like... What? What's going on? What's going on? What? One. Raise
I'm
my
here.
ones.
I'm
it's
here.
Not me.
What? I'm here. I'm awake. What? Did he
Don't
win?
Hurt me.
What?
Don't hurt me, Roman. Yeah.
Australians are gonna be over there like, oh yeah, it's about my bedtime. I'm over here like, I should still be sleeping.
Yeah, and like that's how they feel too. It's like now that we have to get up early in the AM, they're like, how does it feel? Because normally the roles are reversed. Even when they're over there, like even when they're like the WWE is making a show somewhere else, they have to get up pretty early to watch those. Now Australia this time's like.
Well, that and it's like when NFL went to Germany. I thought it was weird because I'm sitting there going, why is the NFL playing at 9:30 a.m. in the morning? And then I realized, it was, Then I realized, they're in Germany. And honestly, when it comes to the Super Bowl, as you guys can see below me, we will get to that later on in the video. Yeah. But currently, it's going to be about some wrestling. So we thought we'd start it off with some Bayley versus Io talk. Some wrestling. And I think you guys are going to really like this next topic that we're going to be getting into here in a minute because we did some digging.
Before speaking of that, of wrestling, shout out to my fiance's cousin. She won a state championship at 235 pound weight class at the Iowa Girls High School state championship or state wrestling tournament. So real quick, good job. That was I just want to throw that out there.
Oh no, you're fine. You don't have to explain it to me.
Next coming up is
what the fuck, Rock?
There we go. It was a little behind.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm gonna start my timer right now.
What the fuck, The Rock?
All right, do you want to start this? Cause I got shit written out.
You go ahead.
Okay. I have the fucking notes. So, we all know Cody wins the Rumble, and he stares at Roman Reigns, and we're all sitting there getting excited. We're like, yes. And then obviously he's going to talk to both champs, just like any other Royal Rumble winner would. So he appears on Monday Night Raw. He talks to Seth. Seth says, you want this title because this isn't the Hollywood title, so on and so forth. And I kind of agreed with Seth. He did make some good points on how, it's a Hollywood title. No one really defends it unless they absolutely need to or whatever. But then Cody goes to SmackDown, and everyone's like, okay, here we go. This is it. He's going to announce it. This is it. I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna just get through this right here. And Roman Reigns dogs Seth Rollins, saying little brother this and little brother that. And I get it. It's his persona, whatever. And then he goes on to say, he says, this is the Hollywood title. And that he's the guy and he has the title. Well, honestly, isn't that the runner-up title? Isn't that the loser brackets title? And I'm over here like, oh, lucky his, Survivor Series ain't.
In his aspect, Seth Rollins kind of did it first, calling him Hollywood part-time. Even though it's true, he kind of started it. He slapped him with the rubber glove first.
And I mean, they're so close in person that they're gonna talk shit about each other. Yeah. But then we get to the point where Cody starts talking about he's reached out to family, friends, and he's even seeking out counsel. And apparently this counsel knows Roman very well, as stated by Cody. And then, if you know, The Rock's music hits, everyone goes, what? Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. And everyone's like, what the hell's going to happen? Is Rock going to be in Cody's corner for the match? This is going to be it? And then Rock comes out, and thank God that ramp was short, because I swear to God, just get to the fucking ring. Get to the point. And, I forgot to add, Cody did state he is still gunning for Roman, and that's where I'm speculating Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. That we both talked about that.
Which, in my opinion, if Cody does finish his story, because I mean, it doesn't need to be at WrestleMania. It could have been at the Royal Rumble. It could have been, wherever. It doesn't matter. As long as Cody gets the title, he finishes his story.
Ideally, I think they do it at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, but with the way things are setting up right now, I'm thinking Cody might walk out with the title at Elimination Chamber, which therefore would set up, and like I said, this is a might if it does happen.
This is what we're hoping.
Therefore, Cody finishes his story at, Elimination Chamber, and I don't spend my entire early ass morning doing this.
Yeah.
And
let's hope not.
Which would lead to WrestleMania 40 headline match, or maybe not, but I'm guarantee it's a headline match because it's going to have The Rock in it. It's going to set up a head of the table match, which is something DNAG above me has stated that could possibly be set up. And then I also saw some speculation on how it might set things up for a Bloodline Dynasty match, which has Roman Reigns, Jimmy, and then Solo versus The Rock, Jey Uso, and Umaga's son.
Okay.
And all I can say is, if Umaga's son shows up, Solo better run and hide.
Yeah.
I've seen Umaga's son do the Samoan Spike. Solo's Samoan Spike looks like fucking child's play compared to that.
Oh, damn.
Because from what I saw, Umaga's son lifted this guy up and in midair hit him down with the Samoan Spike. Solo just grabs you and goes, boom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'd rather get hit by Solo.
Yeah.
But, I mean, first, when I heard The Rock was going to replace Cody at WrestleMania, I fucking hated the idea.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was stupid.
And I still have bad feelings about that, too. I'm like, really?
Because it's like, it defeats the whole purpose of the Royal Rumble and what it stands for, you win the fucking Rumble, you go to WrestleMania and headline it.
To main event. Main event
but
on
now
the
it's
last
like,
night of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. And then, now you have The Rock, who just became head of the parent company, pretty much. So, quote-unquote, head of the table. And now he's just, I'm going to walk in. I'm going to look at my cousin in the eyes. And I'm going to headline WrestleMania. I don't care if you won the Royal Rumble. Because to me, they robbed Cody. They literally, like I stated before we started recording this, they buried Seth, they buried Cody, they buried and dishonored the Royal Rumble, and they buried the World Heavyweight Championship in one fucking night. And that's what pisses me off.
And here is something that people are paying attention to that overlooked it the first time. Technically speaking, they haven't announced that the Rock versus Roman is for the title.
True.
They didn't say that. They didn't say, I'm coming at... Rock didn't come out and say, I'm coming for... Instead of Cody, I'm coming for your title at WrestleMania. They just said, I'm coming after you at WrestleMania. They don't say, I'm coming after you for the title. The match card, the preview that they show up with, doesn't say WWE Undisputed Heavyweight, Undisputed what? Undisputed
Championship. Yeah.
Undisputed, is that what it is? It doesn't say WWE Undisputed Championship underneath it. It just says Rock versus Roman. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to have the title at that point. Is he going to have the title at that point? More than likely. Because there's no way that they don't want to have him break Bruno Sammartino's record.
Or Hulk Hogan's.
No fucking.
Because if he were to break Bruno's, he would have to hold it for at least another year.
Yeah.
To hit 2,000 and some odd days.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Bruno has given his entire life to that company. May he rest in peace. No one's touching that man's record.
No one should touch that record.
No. Now, do I agree with the longer title reigns for the main titles? Yes, because it adds prestige back to those titles. Those are your main titles. It's not a mid-card title.
But when you've gotten to him, though, and it's like 4 years of this shit. It's
then it's...
Come on. Like, I get it. He's supposed to be the head of the table, the tribal chief, the yada, yada, yada. Shut up already.
Yeah.
I'm tired of holding my ones to the sky to acknowledge the tribal chief, because it's getting bullshit.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like if they were to announce Elimination Chamber, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Chamber, whatever, everyone would automatically assume, oh, Cody's not winning.
But what if he does? That would be nice. But I've also seen other things that, like, they're throwing us a curveball saying... I did see one story theory, which would be a really interesting way to do it, is on Raw next week, where Cody Rhodes hasn't officially made his announcement yet. He hasn't said whether or not he's officially going for Seth. So what if Rhodes comes out to make his announcement that he's going after Seth, blah, 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 and that Seth said, we're going to usher in a new era of WWE with this match. But what if CM Punk comes out? What if CM Punk comes out, gets under his skin, and said, I did not come back to the WWE after 10 years to lose to you, Dusty Rhodes' kids, to watch you give up your WrestleMania main event opportunity. Yeah. Like The Rock stole from me all those years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So what if he pisses him off so much that he's like, you know what? Fuck yourself. I'm coming after you, Roman. I'm in that match. And then it becomes Rock, Roman, Reigns in a triple threat match for the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania.
That. I like that.
Imagine the storyline telling right there. The thought. Just be like, yeah, fine. I'm taking a back seat to Rock. And then CM Punk comes out like, no, the fuck you are. That bastard stole my main event WrestleMania title, or title shot 11 years ago. I did not come to the WWE again after 10 years to lose to Dusty Rhodes' kid just to see him...
To have him back, yeah.
Just to see him relinquish his main event opportunity to The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great.
And now I think it's time, because that's a good area to kind of stop that discussion.
Oh, yeah. How would we book it? I didn't even see that went up there.
My timer went off. I was letting you talk because, like I said, we're working on, not talking over each other. But so how would we have booked it? I have the notes, and I'm pretty sure you and I can both agree because we literally sat there and talked about it. How would we have booked it? Well, seeing that CM Punk kind of left with a sour taste in his mouth due to Drew McIntyre, and he's injured. I have a feeling they should have booked it as Drew versus Seth and have Drew win. So therefore, Punk returns back from injury. Drew's still holding the title, and it's higher stakes. And I think that's something we both agreed on. And then Rollins gets time off to finally fucking heal and relax. And then, Cody would have been able to face Reigns at WrestleMania 40 and finish his story there, which is obviously something everybody would have wanted to see.
Leaving The Rock out of it.
Yeah. And then, Cody wins the title, finishes story. We're all celebrating. Yahoo! Next Friday night on SmackDown, Roman comes out to the ring. He's fucking pissed. He does something cocky, therefore forcing The Rock to show up to set things right and teach Roman to be humble. Obviously not just by cutting a promo. This would be a long-term story booking thing. But eventually it would be Rock versus Roman, head of the table.
Mm-hmm. And something we're forgetting.
And that's where we would get our conclusion. Oh, no, you're fine. I was pretty much done.
Something we're also forgetting is, where does Damian Priest's Senior Money in the Bank fit into this?
Oh, yeah.
He still has the title. True. He still failed to cash in his title because the Judgment Day is bullshit.
Wait a minute. That could go in with Drew. Because remember, Drew kind of fucked Judgment Day over.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would therefore think is Drew wins the title, right?
Yeah.
But he's broken down after facing Seth Rollins. Because Seth Rollins isn't just going to roll over for it. No. Mm. He's beaten. This would be at Elimination Chamber, so they'd have one hell of a match. Seth would lose. Seth's on the ground. Drew... I'm gonna go a different route with it after I explain this. Drew's sitting there, beaten, battered, holding the title, barely able to stand up without the help of the ref or the ropes.
We talking Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania?
Damian Priest comes in. Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Don't worry. Damian Priest music hits. He comes out. Money in the Bank in hand. Cashes in. Successfully cashes in.
Hopefully he does better than
Judgment
Austin.
Day's. Yeah. Judgment Day, rules, Raw, whatever. Up to WrestleMania 40, we have the build-up of Drew versus Damian Priest. And as soon as that match happens, Drew claims his title back. And as he's celebrating, you hear CM Punk's music hit.
Okay.
And I totally lost the other idea I had, but that's how I would play it out. Mm-hmm. CM Punk comes back, sees Drew with the title, bam! CM Punk has his sights.
And that's
set
after
on Drew
McIntyre.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's not. That's
at WrestleMania.
He's not going to come back for WrestleMania to wrestle. If he does, he'd do something like that where he'd show up, be like, "I'm coming after you now." But could they really do that now that they already did that though? Like when he's returned, just be like.
I don't know. That's how I do it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, like, I think we're forgetting about that. Like I said, we're forgetting about where's Damian Priest fit into this, because hopefully it's not another bullshit championship cash in like Austin Theory did for the U.S. title, and then to lose it.
No, it'd be funny if R-Truth fucked it up for him
again.
Like, wait till he cashes it in, and then have R-Truth come out there to show support
and do the tag team thing again. Just be like. Be a tag team at the Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble match. That was comedy. Now, I think that was comedy gold.
I think they're gonna bring back Miz and Truth's tag team. I can't remember the name.
I think you're trying, but
I think it's the Awesome Truth or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Awesome Truth.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be doing that because I've kind of noticed Miz has been acting more of a little bit of a baby face recently.
Yeah.
I mean, they do that with Miz sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when I think it was back in like 2011 or something when Cesaro came in to I can't remember. And he had that whole like foreign villain thing going on. Started dissing the USA, and Miz was United States champion. He was at the commentary table, and he stands up and starts roasting Cesaro.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think we're gonna see a babyface run for the Miz. Don't trust him though, but I think we might see it.
Yeah. Who knows? I hope it's a not as much of a failed cash in as Austin Theory had, though. That's all I'm saying, because they've been plagued off. Yeah. It's been played off that he has the briefcase. Like, I haven't seen him in the briefcase since R-Truth was like, "What's the password? How do I open it? What's the password?" R-Truth should be a protected national treasure.
Oh yeah.
Watch how it just disappeared into the filter, just like.
And then, are we on our next topic? I didn't set my timer.
Could be.
Okay. Because that's about all I got for that topip.
Super Bowl picks. What's our next topic? Unanimous decision.
And I'm not. Yep.
Once again, we go in with Red Kingdom. We're both choosing the Chiefs. I'm trusting my gut this time after last week when I felt like I should have gone with the Chiefs and stuck to my gut and didn't. I'll go with Red Kingdom this time.
I'm just not rooting for San Francisco. I will never root for San Francisco.
Yeah. You right. You right by that. And I think it'll be a good game. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm sure I'll have to still turn my phone off for a week.
Oh, always.
Win or lose, but you know,
always.
That's what you get when your team is the villain. That's what you know.
You mean when your team's the greatest team in the NFL right now, when that is having the most success? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Patriots got their turn at that. Now it's the Chiefs' turn because now they have a good quarterback and.
Yep.
It happens.
It is what it is. It's a fucking sport that we watch. I don't get why people get so personal about it. I do and I don't.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sets me apart from a lot of people that view football. Because it's like I don't get too personally involved or attached to it.
Yeah. Well, I just get involved, like, attached to the Steelers, also because I've been a Steelers fan since I was maybe like 9 years old.
Yeah.
So
and I'm a Chiefs fan because
long time fan.
I've just went with the Chiefs because I have family down in that area, so.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my thing. I always like to make sure I'm rooting for a team where, you know, it's either around me or I have family in that area.
Yeah. It happens.
But, yeah. I'm going Chiefs all day.
Awesome.
Win or lose, don't really matter to me.
Next, I think, is, since they're on that, can't wait for next year for the NFL.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
And the in-depth show.
In-depth show, yeah. NBA All-Star rosters. So I have a list here of the officially announced 2024 NBA All-Star rosters. I'm going to be listing as such follows, just so for all you NBA fans, because the NBA listed it. Eastern Conference starters is as follows: Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, and Jason Tatum. Not a bad roster. Not too bad. In the reserves, there's only one Heat player, which I feel like Tyler Hero should have been one of those, but he's missed a couple games, so I understand. Western All-Star starters, which I feel like have a much stronger roster compared to the East. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Nikola Jokic. A lot of big names on the starters. Pretty good. I think a lot better of a roster on the starters than the East, but Eastern reserves are as follows: Bam Adebayo, Paolo Banchero, Jalen Brunson, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, and Julius Randle. A little bit of a diversified area. I'm surprised that Tyrese Halliburton got a Pacer for the Pacers, got a All-Star starter this year. I haven't followed too much on how they've been doing, but yeah, it's not bad. Glad that he got it. Surprisingly, that it was almost thought that Steph Curry was going to miss the All-Star weekend this year as an NBA All-Star, that he wasn't going to get selected, but for the 10th time, Stephen Curry has been selected as an NBA All-Star reserve. So he's in All-Star selection still. Normally he's been a starter, but I'm surprised he missed out. Especially because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I think, has been playing really well, but I think Steph Curry usually does well. Considering the other night, Steph Curry hit 60 points and still lost in overtime to the Atlanta Hawks. But it happens. But the Western reserves are Devin Booker, Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota. And Minnesota's been doing really well this year. I think they still have the best record in the West, which good for them. They actually get success, and they're actually playing really well. But I definitely think the Western All-Star bracket is a lot bigger and a lot better than the East. But you could really say that about any year with the Western Conference lately, that they're usually pretty stacked compared to the East. Kind of like 2 years ago, it was when it was Miami and Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. At that point, it was going to be who's going to win the East to go lose to Golden State. Right. And then they did. Boston lost. Yeah. Which is okay. Because I don't like Boston anyway. The last thing about the All-Star game All-Star weekend that I wanted to talk about was the Stephen Curry versus, I'm going to butcher this last name, but Sabrina Ionesh or whatever. There's a big WNBA player. She hit, I think it was 48 out of 50 3-pointers or something, the WNBA All-Star weekend or something. She's a really big 3-point shooter in there, so she challenged Steph Curry to a 3-point challenge, and they are doing it this year. So for the first time, you'll see an NBA player against a WNBA player in an All-Star challenge on the All-Star weekend. Now, they're not doing it equal. I mean, they're doing it how each of the players both of the prospective players are comfortable. Like the WNBA player, Sabrina, she's going to be using the WNBA 3-point line, which is a little bit shorter than the NBA 3-point line. And she'll be using the WNBA balls, which are a little bit smaller, I think. A little bit smaller and lighter compared to the NBA balls, but I'm not for sure. And then Steph Curry's going to be using the NBA regulated balls and the NBA regulated 3-point line. And who do you think's going to win?
I have no idea.
Both are basically.
I wish I could say.
both are basically really good 3-point shooters. Like they're both like one of the best in their respective leagues. Is basically how I could put it.
Yeah.
In the respective leagues, they are the best people to shoot the 3-point ball. I think Steph Curry takes it. As much as maybe not. I don't know. I'll be curious to see who wins, to be totally honest. Yeah. That's all I got. I'm kind of mad that they got rid of the All-Star format that they did last year and the year before that.
Yeah.
How they had like the first 3 quarters were like they reset every time to like accrue total points for the 4th quarter. And whoever wins from the 1st quarter through the 3rd quarter, whoever wins the round, whoever wins that period or that quarter gets a certain amount of money for their charity of their choosing that they're sponsoring.
Yeah.
And then the 4th quarter, they total up all the points and then add 20 points to whoever has the most points, and whoever gets to that point wins. I like that format, especially because the 4th quarter means that they go really hard. Because I think the NBA All-Star Game has been really lax lately. But yeah. That's about it. And I don't really have anything else to add to my knowledge.
So yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about.
Tune in for Mr. Natsu's stream tomorrow. I think you're going to be playing more Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yes, sir. And good news, everyone. I will be getting a setup. I can finally afford one. So be prepared to see some collab streams between me and Sir DNAG on some Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and possibly some other games as well.
I'm glad. I'm excited. And then, yeah, tune into my Suicide Squad stream on Tuesday. I don't know if I've quite reached. I don't know if I've quite reached the end game. I think I might have. And now it's just main missions, or just missions, but I might screw around on it anyway. Especially because in March, more missions come out to face Brainiac. As you can play as the Joker in March.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it'll be fun. As always, as I disappear into the filter. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications. And let us know in the comments if you've made it this far. Let us know in the comments who you believe is going to make it to hoist the Lombardi Trophy against the 49ers against the Chiefs. If that made sense. Which I don't.
Chiefs.
Yeah. As always, thank you for tuning in. Tune in next time on the D&N Show. Tune into the live streams throughout the week. And yeah, it's been fun, guys. See y'all in the next one. Deuces.
See y'all later.
Deuces.
Do this.